time to regroup, refocus, leaving the past behind and learning from our mistakes. And so there's nobody who is going to be successful if you fail and you refuse to rise up. And so amidst the disaster in Real Madrid's game versus Atletico Madrid, we have a lot more games ahead. We have the Champions League games, we have La Liga games, and we have to take it one after the other. Not lean on the past, but rather learn from whatever happened in the disastrous game versus Atletico Madrid. And so in this video, I'm just going to do a preview of Real Madrid's game versus Kairat Almaty, and also talk about the way forward with Real Madrid. That is Xabi Alonso's team and Xabi Alonso's system that he's building at Real Madrid. So just like how we do it, let's dive straight into it. The order of today's video is going to be different, and the first part of this video I'm going to be talking about some things that I noticed in Real Madrid's game versus Atletico Madrid, the way forward with Xabi Alonso, and what some fans said about how the game went and how everything was disastrous. First of all, personally, this is my observation. I don't think we were playing too bad, just that there was no state of urgency. And the good thing about we losing against Atletico Madrid is the fact that our flaws have been exposed at this earliest time of the season. You know, it's better we get exposed now, we find solutions to it, rather than going deep into the season where there are big competitions, where there are finals, where there are crucial games in the Champions League and other tournaments. We can't make those mistakes there, because this one is just the league. The season has barely started, and it's very good that we find our mistakes. We are very bad at clearing air balls. You are very bad anytime there are set pieces that's close to the 6-yard box. Just know that it is going in. It's good things that has actually been pointed out and exposed in the game versus Atletico Madrid. And so I'm sure Xabi Alonso and his technical team are going to find a solution to that. Overall, the game, we weren't playing with any intensity. We weren't playing like we were hungry to win. And Atletico Madrid did just the exact opposite of what we were and what we were doing, because everything was working for them. The long balls, the crosses, everything worked for Atletico Madrid. And it's a good thing also on our side, because we've seen that in big games, we actually have to do something different, not meeting small teams and scoring them and thinking that, yo, Xabi Alonso's team is on top of the world, beating everyone, and he's here to dominate. This is actually a very good expose, and it's all part of the learning process. Trust me, I know most of you still have doubts about Xabi Alonso, but I know and I believe that with time, you're actually going to see the real picture and what exactly Xabi Alonso is trying to do. So I'm going to have to read out what some fans said, and then I'll just pass a brief comment on that as well. So this one is from Xavier. I don't have a second phone, so I obviously have to read from a sheet. So this one is from Xavier. He said, too many mistakes, lack of hunger from the team, Xabi's substitution quite questionable, and just throwing players in based on emotions and inshallah. The last part is actually funny. He said Xabi Alonso was just throwing players in based on emotions and just inshallah. Personally, I didn't understand what substitutions those were. When Guler was off, Militao I knew that, yes, of course, he was injured. But when Guler was off, this was in, this was in, this was out. I was like, God. So is it because of the fact that we are losing, or because of the mere disaster? And just removing and putting like Maggie, what was all that about? Yes, I also did not understand those substitutions as well. Then the next one is from Prince. He said the midfield was poor, and to my surprise, how Madrid can't even hold the ball against ATM, playing good, but with fear. I think Jude wasn't supposed to play. He thinks that Mastantuono should have started and create more chances. So we played with fear. So I will not say we play with fear. It's not necessarily about we playing with fear. I think we're just doing good. It's just the fact that there was no state of urgency. I mean, this is an away game at the Metropolitano, and in fact, it's against one of the best sides in the Spanish league. And so Madrid derbies are always big games that we should take serious. We should feel the heat even on the pitch, whether it's a home game or an away game. So I was not feeling that heat. I was not feeling that anger. When Atletico Madrid plays against Real Madrid, they play like their life depends on it. They play like they hate us. They play like they have some kind of in-depth hatred. And that is how they play. That is how they drive the ball. That is how they move throughout the game. But we were just playing like some kings and queens that have already won every single trophy that you need to win even before the season started, and so there is no need to play with anger, to play with that force, and to play with that kind of atmosphere that we needed for a game like a derby. So it wasn't necessarily about fear, but it was just the fact that the team was not hungry. Yes, I didn't see that hunger in the game. And so I think there's going to be a last one. I'm looking for it. Yeah, so Daudi, I don't know if I got the name right. Daudi said also, Alonso shouldn't experiment with big games. Don't change a winning team. Was upset when I saw his tactics. He decided to play in such a very crucial encounter. So I want to ask, with this particular comment, which winning team are you talking about? Because from the start of the season, it's like most of the games you played, it's like we are still in preseason, because you've played 6 different games, including the 7th one, and Xabi Alonso has used 7 different lineups. So which winning team are you talking about? Or probably you can say, when he uses a team that works, probably he should keep using it with just a few twists and just a few changes. Well, me, I was expecting Master Antonio to start, but when he didn't start him, I just justified it for the fact that he felt like Franco Mastantuono is not able to play at that kind of tension in a match like Atletico Madrid's game. And even when Franco was subbed on, it's like he was angry, he was very aggressive, and I feel like he should have started. I don't know if it's because he was subbed on, that is why he had that aggressiveness. But if he had started with that energy, if we had 11 of Franco's on the pitch, with that anger and with that the manner in which he behaved, I'm sure the game wouldn't have ended the way it ended if we would have lost, not by that margin of goals. And so basically, this is just what is going to happen. My way forward with Xabi Alonso, I feel like he needs to work on the players. They need to know how to clear air balls. They need to know how to defend set pieces and all that. That is the most important thing. And since it's the start of the season, we still have a lot of time to do that. Now, to the preview of the game, I'm going to talk about my expected lineup in Real Madrid. If you guys remember, when Kairat Almaty got the news, they were watching that they were going to play against Real Madrid. It was a whole lot of excitement for them. If I were them, I would be happy to, because, I'm going to be playing against the likes of Kylian Mbappe, Vinicius Jr., these big players. But with my expected lineup in Real Madrid's game versus Kairat Almaty, taken from the back, personally, I feel like we should give Lunin a chance. I read a comment somewhere on Twitter that Courtois is starting to decline, and we are scared to talk about it. I'm not going to pass a comment on that, but I think we should give Lunin the chance, at least against Kairat Almaty. Then with the left back, I think the left back Karas is still going to play. With the centre backs, Militao injured, Rudiger injured, and so we are still going to go for Dinhausen and Raul Asensio pairing. Then at the right back position, finally Valverde is back to the right back. Valverde is dropping from the midfield to the right back. My predictions, by the way, and the most obvious. Now in the midfield, I think I'm going to have to use Jude, Tchouaméni, and then Adagule. But I think this time Jude is going to sit deep than his usual roles, and Tchouaméni, then Adagule. I'm predicting Adagule to start as well. With the forwards, probably Vinicius Jr., then Mbappe in the middle, then at the right, I want Franco Mastantuono to come back to the starting lineup. So I'm predicting Franco Mastantuono to start Real Madrid's game versus Kairat Almaty. I don't think this game should be a difficult game for us. This is Kairat Almaty. It shouldn't be a hard game for us. This is Real Madrid, the best football club in the world. Amidst all what happened the weekend, a team like this, we should be scoring more goals against them. Not because they are not good, but just because our standards are very, very high. And we play good football, at least better than them, which is common knowledge. I don't have to give explanations about this. Now, there is no head-to-head statistics because this is the very first time Real Madrid is facing Kairat Almaty. And so, I expect us to come home with a win. We traveled 11 hours to score 11 goals. 11 goals is not beyond us. We can do it. Everybody two. That should be the end. So there are no head-to-head statistics for Real Madrid's game versus Kairat Almaty. Now to my score predictions, I'm predicting 5-0. I am not even expecting us to concede a goal, whether it's Lunin or Courtois, whether the defense, I don't know what's going to happen. But I'm not expecting us to come home conceding a goal. No, we should come home with no less than 5 goals. That's my score prediction for Real Madrid's game versus Kairat Almaty. Are we done? Oh no, I forgot something. So, key players to look out for in Real Madrid's game versus Kairat Almaty. 2 from Real Madrid. And I don't know if I can get one for Kairat Almaty because I've not watched their games before. I know literally nothing about the team. And so for the key players to look out for at Real Madrid, I will be talking about who should we even look out for? Okay, I'll talk about Valverde. And then I will also talk about Franco Mastantuono. So I'll talk about Valverde because Valverde, for some time now in the midfield, I've not really seen what exactly he has done or what he's been doing. But then he's moving to a right back, a different position. And I want to see what exactly is going to happen. Him stepping into the shoes of Trent and how I think he has played right back on several occasions. Rumors came that he said he doesn't want to play the right back again, and today he debunked that in the press conference he had before the game, the pre-game press conference. He said there is nothing like that. He has said it over and over again that they can ask any manager he has played under. He is ready to play at any position, anytime. And whoever brought that information out is an incredible liar. So I'm going to look at Valverde at the right back position. I want to see what is going to come out of it. I want to see how he's going to invert. I want to see how he's going to do the movement both on the ball and then off the ball. Then Franco Mastantuono. Franco Mastantuono is a guy that starting to like his profile a lot. At the start, I didn't know why Xabi Alonso was starting him, but now I think I understand what exactly Xabi Alonso is trying to do and why he made us go and sign him. I like his profile, I like his energy. I say this every day. The one thing I like about him is even off the ball, his work rate is crazy. And on the ball, he's not scared to fail, he's not scared to do take-ons, he's not scared to actually take a player on or tackle. And that is a very good thing. That is the kind of person we want for a team like Real Madrid. So I'm looking out for Franco Mastantuono as well. And so this brings us to the end of today's preview of Real Madrid's game versus Kairat Almaty, as well as the way forward with Xabi Alonso. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I need to bring in the energy one. Hello Madrid! The second Europe get comes like a bus. This is Real Madrid in the Champions League. We're gonna kill it. Woo! Hello Madrid.